Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This channel, Earth Science, is all about trying to learn various concepts of data science by practicing a lot of questions. In this video, we are going to solve this question on Leetcode regarding find all unique email domains. The difficulty level of this question is easy, and I'm going to share the SQL schema as well as the Pandas schema in the description box below. Okay, the question reads: we are given a table called emails with two different columns, ID and email. ID is the primary key, that is column with unique values for this table. Each row of this table contains an email. The emails will not contain uppercase letters. So that means it will only have lowercase letters. We are asked to write a solution to find all unique email domains and count the number of individuals associated with each domain. Consider only those domains that end with .com. Return the result table ordered by email domains in ascending order. Okay, let's go to the example. Here we have five different IDs and the emails, and we are only considering emails that end in .com. So you have 1, 2, and 3. Two belong to outlook.com and one belong to yahoo.com, and that is what we have in our output. So to solve this question, we need to use regular expressions to basically firstly filter out only those emails that end in .com and then extract everything out after the @ So what we can do is, from this table called emails, let us keep only those rows where your email column is, and since we need to write the regular expression, so we need to write regexp. So regular expression, so email is following a certain pattern. And what's that pattern? It says, if you look at the question, it says the emails will not contain uppercase letters. So that means it is only lowercase letters. So what you are going to do is start with, so there is a caret sign which basically says that you start with anything that is between A to Z characters, because again, you don't need 0 to 9 or uppercase, because the question already mentions that the emails will not contain uppercase letters. That means it will only be lowercase letters. If you want to be more sure, what you can do is you can also say that maybe it has numbers as well. So we can write 0 to 9 as well. And we can say that plus. So this basically represents one of it, and plus represents one or more. So you start with something like this. So like it could be anything, hawk, eye, academa, whatever, like it does not matter. Then there is @ sign, and then it should be again like similar stuff. So I can just copy this here. So like any of the characters between A to Z or 0 to 9. Usually domains don't have numbers in them, but just to be sure, have that. And then what we need is it should end with .com. Now basically what we need to do is we need to write in parentheses that .com, and the way to make sure that this is at the end, we need to use the $sign. However, if you know about regular expressions, this dot is a wildcard. That means right now what SQL thinks of this is as that anything before com, anything like a, b, c, whatever, it does not matter, any character, that it what is represents. But we don't want the wildcard or the special character property of this dot. We want them to treat it as a literal dot. So for that you need to use escape. That means use this slash, that hey, treat this dot as a literal dot, not in its special meaning, and then .com, and then this entire thing should be at the end. So if I go ahead and run this, like, so let me do select star and just run this. Let's see what do we get in our output. So if you look at our output, we are only left with those emails which end in .com, right? So first part of our question is done. Then we need to find out the number of unique email domains. So basically anything after the @ that is what we need to extract. So there is a function called substring index. So let me just write it down. Index. Here, which column are we going to look at? The email column. What are we going to look at? @. And then there is a third input that goes into this, where if you write -1, it will be find me the last time it appears, so last time this @ character appears, and from there return everything to the end. If it is positive one, it will be up to that last @ find me everything. Let me just show you. So here if I write -1 and let us alias this as whatever is required in our output, which is like email domain. So let me alias this as email domain. Let me go ahead and run this. So if you see in this output, what we have is we have everything after the @. If I just remove this negative sign and have one only here, so if you look at this, now it will be everything up till that, right? So if you see adcmaf @, so adcmaf, this one and this one. We want everything after the @. So we will go back to -1. So that is our email domains. And for each of these domains, we need to count the number of people as well. So we can simply take this part and we can group by this as well, right? So group by this thing, return me that as email domain, and then we need to count. So count me the distinct ID, and that becomes our count. And we need to order this by email domains in ascending order. So let me just drag it down, order by email domain. Okay, let me go ahead and run this. Let's see what do we get in our output. So yeah, this is accepted. If we look at our output is exactly same as expected output. Let me go ahead and submit to see pass all the test cases or not. So yeah, this is accepted and this is how to do it. So yeah, tricky question, not a lengthy one, but what we basically had to do was, firstly, from this table emails, we kept only those rows where your email ends in .com, because that is what the question asked us. We did that. Then we need to extract everything after the @ sign. That means we need the email domains, and we did that using the substring index function. We said that, okay, find @ in the email, and since we are doing -1, so from that @ up till the last thing, you just return me, and that becomes my domain. We grouped by that, and then we simply counted the number of people associated with those domains. So yeah, this is how we do it. Let me know if there's a better, more efficient solve this question. Let the solution be in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.